Across the vast, silent canvas of the cosmos, humanity has long cast its gaze, dreaming of futures written among the stars. We are a species defined by our relentless curiosity, a drive that has pushed us from the cradle of our world to the very edge of the solar system. For generations, we envisioned gleaming cities in the void, starships plying the interstellar currents, and new homes on distant, alien shores. These were not mere flights of fancy. They were blueprints for destiny, drawn by the hopeful hands of scientists, artists, and dreamers. The 20th century, in particular, was a crucible of such ambition, a golden age of astronautics where the impossible seemed merely a problem of engineering, a challenge waiting to be solved. We saw ourselves as celestial pioneers on the cusp of a great migration. The universe, it seemed, was ours for the taking. But somewhere along this grand journey, our trajectory shifted. The vibrant, optimistic visions of orbital habitats and Martian colonies began to feel like relics of a bygone era, like faded photographs from a future that never arrived. The cosmos remains as vast and as silent as ever, but our relationship with it has grown more complex, more hesitant. The challenges we face are no longer just out there in the vacuum of space. They are here on the ground, rooted in the very soil of our home planet. We stand at a profound crossroads, a point of reflection where the dreams of yesterday meet the realities of today. What happened to that future? Was it a promise we failed to keep, or was it simply a necessary dream, a stepping stone to a different, perhaps more sober understanding of our place in the universe? The story of our cosmic ambition is a tale of incredible triumphs and quiet retreats. Consider the early days of the space race. Every rocket launch was a defiant roar against gravity, a testament to human ingenuity. We strapped ourselves to titans of fire and steel and flung ourselves into the unknown. The moon, once a distant poetic muse, became a tangible destination, its dust bearing the imprint of our boots. These were moments that united the world in awe, proving that when we channel our collective will, there are few limits to what we can achieve. The images sent back from these missions fueled a generation of dreamers. Concept art from that period is a gallery of breathtaking optimism. Sprawling, wheel-shaped space stations bathed in artificial sunlight, families gazing out at the Earth from orbital homes, and rugged explorers terraforming the red deserts of Mars. It was a vision of expansion, of growth, of a human presence woven into the fabric of the solar system itself. This was the promise of a Type 1 civilization on the Kardashev scale, a species capable of harnessing all the energy of its home planet. The next logical steps were clear: asteroid mining for limitless resources, fusion power to fuel our expansion, and eventually, the colonization of other worlds to ensure the long-term survival of consciousness. The path seemed laid out before us, a linear progression from planetary to interplanetary, and one day to interstellar. The scientific and engineering principles were sound, the challenges were immense but not insurmountable. We had the blueprint, the motivation, and the momentum. We were on the verge of becoming true masters of our cosmic neighborhood. Yet the grand exodus never began. The lunar bases were never built. The missions to Mars remained on the drawing board. The focus of our greatest minds and our vastest resources began to turn inward. Why? There is no single, simple answer. The reasons are a complex tapestry of economic shifts, political changes, and a growing awareness of our own fragility. The colossal cost of space exploration became harder to justify as pressing problems mounted back on Earth. The political will that fueled the space race waned as geopolitical rivalries found new arenas. And perhaps most profoundly, the pale blue dot, that iconic photograph of Earth as a tiny suspended mote of dust, shifted our perspective forever. It revealed not a launching pad for cosmic conquest, but a precious, irreplaceable home that demanded our immediate attention and care. Our planet began to send us urgent messages: climate change, resource depletion, ecological collapse. The very systems that sustain us showed signs of strain. The dream of escaping to a new world began to feel less like a noble quest and more like an abandonment of our responsibilities. The focus shifted from building lifeboats to repairing the ship we were already on. This was not a failure of ambition, but a reprioritization born of necessity. The challenges of preserving our own biosphere became the new frontier, a problem just as complex and demanding as sending humans to another star. We realized that before we could truly live among the stars, we first had to learn how to live sustainably on the one world we have. So where does that leave the dream of space? It has not vanished, it has evolved. Today, our presence in space is more robust than ever, but it looks different from the visions of the past. It is a realm of satellites that connect our global village, of robotic probes that act as our remote eyes and ears, sending back data that revolutionizes our understanding of the cosmos. The International Space Station stands as a testament to peaceful collaboration, a laboratory in orbit where we study not only the universe but ourselves. The new space race is driven not just by nations but by private companies, entrepreneurs with visions that echo the ambition of the past but are grounded in the economic realities of the present. They are developing reusable rockets, planning new lunar missions, and reigniting the public's imagination. The goal is no longer just to plant a flag. It's to build a sustainable, off-world economy, to utilize the resources of space, not to abandon Earth, but to relieve the burden upon it. Asteroid mining could provide the rare metals needed for our green technologies. Space-based solar power could beam clean energy down to the planet. The moon could become a scientific outpost and a staging ground for deeper exploration. And Mars still beckons. It remains the ultimate long-term goal, the next great challenge. But our approach is now more measured, more cautious. We understand that creating a self-sustaining colony on another planet is perhaps the most difficult undertaking in human history. It requires not just technological prowess, but a deep understanding of biology, sociology, and ethics. We are, in a sense, in a period of quiet preparation. We are developing the technologies, gathering the knowledge, and building the infrastructure needed for the next great leap. The dream of becoming a multi-planetary species is not dead. It has simply matured. It has been tempered by realism and a newfound respect for the complexities of both space and our own planet. The vibrant futurism of the 70s may look naive to our modern eyes, but its spirit of boundless optimism is something we should not discard. It reminds us of what we are capable of when we dare to dream on a grand scale. Those visions were not predictions, but inspirations. They were the fuel for the journey we are still on. As we look out at the night sky today, our perspective is deeper, richer. We see not just an empty void to be conquered, but an intricate cosmic web of which we are a part. We understand that our own survival is intrinsically linked to the health of our planet. And we know that our future in space depends on our ability to solve our problems here on Earth. The path forward is twofold. We must be both diligent guardians of our home world and bold explorers of the worlds beyond. These two goals are not in opposition. They are two sides of the same coin. The technologies we develop to survive on Mars could help us live more sustainably on Earth. The perspective we gain from space will continue to inspire us to protect our pale blue dot. The journey is long, and the challenges are great. But the human spirit of exploration, that relentless curiosity that first led us to gaze at the stars, remains our guiding light. The future is not a destination we arrive at, but a path we create, one discovery, one innovation, one hopeful dream at a time. Thank you for watching. If this journey through time and space resonated with you, consider subscribing for more explorations into the biggest questions of our universe.